Okay, so let's look at Valerie. This is your Kingman turquoise and sapphire jewelry, and it's appraising $395 to $628 because we have the ring for you, we have the pendant for you, and we also, I believe, have the earrings. So look at all of these. So you, very limited across the board. You can get it together as a suite, or you can get them separately. They're absolutely stunning. The size of the Kingman turquoise here, I think, is substantial. This is a substantial size.
It's incredibly substantial. You're talking about a 14 by 10 millimeter in the stone by its lonesome. I told you Kingman is, to me, the most important turquoise mine in the world today. You get something that is mined in America. You get something that worldwide is revered. I see buyers from all over the world go to, it's called cobalt processing, and that's the Kingman booth in Tucson.
Right.
Where I fly to when I'm visiting this mine, and I filmed in this mine, where I fly in is Las Vegas, and it's about maybe an hour and a half drive from there.
So pretty.
It's one of the most accessible mines in the world, because usually they're out in the middle of nowhere and you're going through desert, you know, four-wheel drive. But you have such a wide variety. Look at the color, and look at that from across the room. No mistaking, that is a turquoise blue color. The color is natural. The only thing done to the turquoise is something called stabilization. For those of you that don't know what that is.
Yeah, so what does that mean?
Turquoise is a very porous mineral.
Okay.
Most of the turquoise in the world, I would say roughly 96 to 98% of all the turquoise in the world is stabilized in one way, shape, or form. They take the pores and they infuse it with a colorless resin, and it fills those pores, because if you don't fill those pores, a couple of bad things can happen. Number one, it would be more brittle of a stone because it's porous. Number two, over time, the turquoise would absorb the oils and lotions from your skin and eventually become darker. So you want to make it not change color. That's why they call it stabilization. And almost all turquoise has it.
It's stunning. I had to put on the necklace. There are only 17 left. Look at how beautiful this is.
I'm so excited about the turquoise, Debbie.
How gorgeous with the ring.
I didn't talk about that there's sapphire, natural blue sapphire.
That frames.
That's exactly, in a halo.
So natural blue sapphire, if you can see this. From Thailand. Do you see that sparkle around the beautiful Kingman turquoise that is reminiscent basically of Sleeping Beauty? So you're looking at turquoise, and it's elevated by the sapphire. Kingman turquoise is one of the most sought after stones. People travel from all over the world to go to Arizona to that U.S. mine.
And that's almost 2/3 of a carat of sapphire, a 14 by 10 millimeter turquoise. Now remember, this comes from a single piece of rough.
Yes.
When you go, I wish I brought you the footage of when I was in the Kingman mine.
This is so pretty.
Because what they do is you see this big earth moving like claw that's, you know, clawing at the mountain. And then once they uncover the vein of color, all of that mechanism stops, and we go with a pickaxe and we pick by hand.
Okay.
And anything that's like the size of your fist, you drop that into a big bucket. They don't pick up anything else. And the reason they don't is because they take all of that, the tailings they call, and they put it in these big piles, and then they put it on they load it onto a conveyor belt. And there's people inside of a trailer that with special lighting, and they pick out any of the blue they see.
Wow.
And that's where, so think about that. 75% of the turquoise that comes out, that comes out into jewelry comes from that picking of the little pieces. So none of that, this is like less than 25% of the turquoise that we pick out of this mine can make a stone that big.
Well, I can't believe it's this size, and now we're down to 10 in the pendant. So take a look at Valerie's beautiful neck there. Only 10 left, and I can understand why. It's $107.
And it's like the
$107.
This is the ultimate
I had to put this whole set
December
on.
birthstone. Do you know what the original December birthstone was?
Blue topaz?
Blue zircon.
Blue zircon.
Blue zircon. And
It's the color blue, though.
And the
number one
secondary,
color.
the secondary was always turquoise. They added blue topaz because a lot of people just couldn't find or afford a blue zircon. So that's like crazy. So you have turquoise, and then you have sapphire, so you have blue on blue, and then I haven't even talked about the white topaz that surrounds that. That's 1.5 carats.
So you have white topaz, you have blue sapphire, and then you have that rare, highly sought after Kingman turquoise, USA mined, that is very similar to Sleeping Beauty. This is a steal. I do hope that you get this home because it's a crazy price. When you consider the pendant alone is $107 and you get the pendant home for $21, that's gonna go really quickly. So definitely get that home. Everything is on 5 flexible payments, and it's nuts. $28 to get the ring home, $35 to get the earrings. I just got to keep this on. Y'all keep looking because you got to get this home. Do you see how stunning this is? I just can't believe it.
I love you got your 7 on, y'all.
I got my 7 on. Y'all keep looking. I can't. I'm mesmerized by this. I'm not going to take it off. Okay. It took me forever to get through that. Okay, this is very, very limited as well. 78 total pieces overall between the bracelet, which is adjustable. You can see it here. We'll show it here. This is Ethiopian opal, and this is Mexican fire opal, which is that beautiful orangey glow that you see here. Now that's that true orange.
This is like a collector's piece.
Oh, wow,
to have Ethiopian opal with the play of color
different.
And the Mexican fire opal in the same piece of jewelry. Now, I know the first thing that went through my mind as a gemologist is to look at that and say, how is it that one opal can come out looking like the fire in the play of color, and the other one with just a pure orange, and the pure orange stone is faceted?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
They're the same gemological material. Doesn't that blow your mind?
It blows my mind that they can be, the color can be so vastly different, but the color is the most important thing. So I'm so glad that nature is so magical that you can get the beautiful play of color with the Ethiopian opal and then that fire, you know, that beautiful orange glow with the Mexican
and they're
opal.
Perfect. I mean, you take a look, the clarity's
look at that.
Spectacular. In a bracelet like this, it's very important that you match every one of those orange colored fire opals for the same depth and hue, because if it was a little bit off, it would stand out like a sore thumb.
Look at that.
It's a bolo style, so again, adjustable for you.
So you got the adjustable style. And I think that you can wear it back with your turquoise. I mean, all of these colors look beautiful together. It looks like each Ethiopian opal is surrounded by diamonds, but it's white zircon, which is so sparkly. And the white zircon is it the hardness pretty similar to a diamond?
No, not the hard. The diamond is significantly harder than any other gemstone. I mean, to put this into perspective for you, and I know this isn't a diamond, but since you asked a question, I'd like to educate. There's a scale from 1 to 10. It's called the Mohs scale of hardness.
Okay.
Okay, a diamond is 10.
Okay.
Talc is 1. Another one that's really durable is like a sapphire ruby is a 9.
Oh, wow.
But the scale goes not like this. It's not like it goes like this, and then from 9 to 10 goes like this.
Because I knew that you said that you use zircon because
of the refractive index being so
sparkly.
Close. Yes,
okay,
that's exactly right. But
it has nothing to do with hardness.
Yeah,
it has to do with
I think a diamond comes out to be like 180 times harder than a sapphire.
Oh, wow.
That's between 9 and 10.
Well, this is stunning. Even going back with this Kingman turquoise that I can't take my eyes off either. But look if you were to wear them all together.
Oh, yeah.
Because the blue in the Kingman turquoise is bringing out the blues of on the play of color with the Ethiopian opal. And then to put this into perspective, this is a collector's piece because of the rarity.
Oh, absolutely. To put those two together, and they're different mining processes. They're different in every way, shape, or form. Most of what you get out of Mexico is mined at probably 70 feet below the surface. And then they actually take it and they let it cure in the sun.
This is so pretty.
There's really no treatment to the opal whatsoever. And then you get to Ethiopia, where that's like 10,000 feet above sea level in the mountains north of Addis Ababa in a place called the Wilo Mine.
Oh, wow. And you've been there?
No, I haven't been to that one.
Okay.
No, I really need to get there. I just don't have the time. But the play of color and the cost of the Ethiopian opal is such a steal compared to its cousins over in Australia.
I think that this is such a special find. I mean, this would be like if you got it like at an auction house or something like
totally,
that.
yeah.
Like if you were at some type of auction and it could be the very first time you're seeing something so rare, so unique, so special. I hadn't seen fire opal from Mexico until I met Paul Deasy. This beautiful orange. If you love opals, and opals are so incredibly special, why not get the two together?
The only
why
place
not get the two together?
you get that kind of coloration is either Mexico or Brazil. Mexico, I think, has a little deeper color. It's a little bit more expensive. But I'm telling you, if you want the ultimate opal, you got the fire opal from Mexico.
Yes.
And then the play of fire opal from Ethiopia.
And this is just the perfect bracelet. It's giving you that linear look, but you also have the oval shape of your Ethiopian opal. And then I love that it's surrounded by the white zircon, which is so sparkly. The ring is perfect. It's quite unique. It's very, very different. So if you're looking for something unique, something different of heirloom quality, you know, like you went to an auction house or you went to a specialty boutique, then this is definitely your ring. And I know, Paul, you're #1 fan of opal.
Oh, yeah. I do. It's one of my favorite gems on earth.
So 2 carats total with the bracelet. And it's adjustable. It's a steel 5 flex of $73 to get this beautiful bracelet home. And this is the lowest price. So here are some other pieces that we want to give you a look at that are not getting like quite a full presentation. Oh, tell us about this.
This is
great.
orange kyanite.
Oh, gosh.
And this was absolutely amazing to me when I found, the first time I saw this material, because all I had dealt with is a blue kind of sapphire color. This, I can't believe the price on the bracelet.
No, the bracelet is $199. It looks like we have 2 sizes. Do we have 2 sizes available in the bracelet? So we have 3 sizes, 6 3/4, 7 1/2, and we do have an 8-inch, which I think is this one right here, but it's very, very limited in this kyanite. $199 for the bracelet. And then the matching ring that you see here, only 5 dozen left. The ring is $54.99.
If you've never seen the blue
54.
kyanite, that comes from Nepal, and it
Okay.
looks just like a sapphire.
Look at that.
Now you go travel down to Africa in Tanzania, the same place we find the tanzanite. That's where they discovered the orange kyanite.
So sizes 5 to 9. We may do a full presentation later, but 078545. Absolutely stunning. Okay, I'm gonna have to put that one on too. I'm gonna have to put that on too because it looks really good with my fire opal, I think. Can you wear those together?
Oh, totally.
The kyanite and the fire
Absolutely.
opal?
That's why I did it.
Absolutely stunning. Okay, so now we're on to the colors of garnet. Love, 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 because Paul has educated me to learn that there are a rainbow of colors, a plethora of colors.
Yeah.
For $159.99, you're basically getting, let me see, 1, 2, 3, I think there's 4 different colors of the garnet. So do you want to start with the outer gem? Is that the Mozambique garnet?
Mozambique garnet.
So that's the Mozambique
on both
garnet.
sides of that.
So you're looking at Val now,
Right.
but look at the outside stone. That's your Mozambique looking like a ruby.
And that comes from Mozambique. And then next one down on the hit parade is the orange hessonite garnet.
Okay.
And that comes from Brazil.
Okay, and that's your orangey, peachy color. And then the purple.
The purple garnet comes from Africa.
Ooh.
And it's a true purple. You know, that's something that's a little bit different than what you're used to.
Okay.
And then we have that imperial, I call it that peachy imperial garnet.
Topaz looking.
So yeah, it's really an amazing, first of all, I love to do color variety.
Well, it goes with everything.
Yeah, exactly. So like when we, like the band ring, if I had that in a multicolor, that would have been the first to go, hands down, because it does go with everything. You and I were chatting before the show. See, we don't let you see behind the scenes when we're chatting before the show. But you were trying to say what goes with the turquoise and what goes with this and what goes with that.
Sure.
A necklace like this, it doesn't
goes
matter
with
what.
everything.
And I've seen this happen all the time. This is what I love about this. Because I think a lot of times you have this preconceived notion when you're getting dressed. And listen, we guys know that we have to wait when you're getting ready. Because you're experimenting with everything, you're doing the makeup, doing all this, but then you think, I think I'm gonna wear this necklace. And let's say it was just one color, maybe it was just a Mozambique garnet, and then you looked at everything else you had on and say, you know what, I gotta wear something different.
Right.
Well, this is that go-to piece that will go with everything, and now at the lowest price ever.
The lowest price ever is $159.99. This appraises for $455. So that's phenomenal. I mean, it's basically almost $400 off the price. And let me straighten up my stones here.
You know what's funny
but
too?
I love that I have on, I haven't taken off my Kingman turquoise, and I still have that pop of blue. You can wear every single color. You can wear blues with this, red, fuchsia, yellow, lavender, peach, you name it, mauve. Every single color you'd wear in the summer, you can wear with this necklace. I don't care if you just have on jeans and a cute little pink shirt.
And regardless of
It looks beautiful.
what color that garnet is or where it came from, no treatment for color. Completely natural.
None.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And then if I put it over here on the right hand, where I have my kyanite and I have my Ethiopian opal and I have my fire opal, look at how beautiful it looks with that. Isn't it gorgeous?
Goes with everything.
It goes with absolutely everything. So if you don't have a lot of necklaces and you're like, I need to choose one, I would definitely choose one that goes with everything. Every single thing that you wear, you can wear this beautiful colors of garnet 18-inch necklace, and he always gives you an extender that's 2 to 3 inches. This comes with a 3-inch extender, but it's just a beautiful rainbow of color, and from a variety of countries that they're sourcing this from, like the Mozambique. It's with the garnet, and then you have the orange hezonite that is just so beautiful. I mean, I hope that you get this home for $32. It's a steal. Everything's a steal, actually. Stay on the lines. We're quite busy. You can always go to hsn.com. That puts you to the head of the line, or you can use your mobile phone app as well. We're going to keep it moving, but I'm going to remind you also of some other accessories besides your jewelry, and that's Dooney and Burke handbags. They are back at HSN on Wednesday, and you're talking expert quality craftsmanship. As you know, this is a national brand that you can find at your expensive department stores. We're so honored to have it here at HSN. You can take a peek at hsn.com. This is a line that has timeless appeal, and you can shop on hsn.com early. These bags never go out of style, and they've been in style for decades. They're classic, they're timeless, they're elegant. Now we have a message for you about beauty, and especially when it comes to hair and everything else.
Discover a world of beauty like you've never seen before. Beauty Report is the insider's guide to getting gorgeous. Join me every Wednesday night for a beautiful new routine.
The List is your go-to guide for our favorite fashion and accessory finds of the week. We have the best styles handpicked just for you. Join us every Thursday night to see what made the list.
The thing I love most about shopping at HSN.
Do I have to pick just one?
I'd have to say FlexPay.
It allows me to get the things I want now
And make monthly payments.
Without any interest or fees.
I got a new mattress for the guest bedroom.
A fabulous cookware set for my sister's wedding.
and a little something just for me.
FlexPay gives me the flexibility to buy what I need now.
Without the stress of having to pay for it all at once.
And no interest.
Beat that layaway.
Talk about vintage. Where are my vintage babes at? Okay. This is so vintage and so
Love this.
unique. I love quatrefoil. Okay, so explain to me quatrefoil design.
It's really
ring.
it's a design technique.
Okay.
And it's comes from years and years and years ago. But
Gorgeous.
I said this before, I'm going to say it again. If I asked you now that you've been working with me for a while, what's the single most important characteristic of a gemstone?
Color.
The color, right?
Ding,
Color,
ding,
color,
ding,
color,
ding.
color,
Do I
color.
get a prize? I want a prize.
You do get a prize. Now, you know I love me some garnet.
Yes,
It's January's
I
birthstone.
know.
I'm probably the world's biggest garnet junkie.
Because it's the most limited. It's only 20 left. I need to let you know, this is Paul's favorite. There are 20 left.
In
Why do you love
person,
it so much?
Well, first of all, it's the most underpriced gem, in my opinion, in the world.
The garnet is.
Because if we had this, first of all, it is a deep, rich ruby red. And if I didn't tell you what it was, or if I said this was rubies, we'd be looking at, even in silver, thousands of dollars.
Really?
And
looks so
chances
similar.
are that ruby would have been heat treated together.
Sure.
This is completely natural. The center stone is that emerald cut.
Yes.
If there were any flaws in that garnet, it would be glaringly apparent. So I know we only have 20 of those. So here's what I'm sorry, I have to
And
say
tell me
this.
again, how many of the blue topaz? About 40.
So-
and I want to tell them just real quick,
Yeah.
you're not going to believe this, that you get this home for $23
Yeah.
and some change. This beautiful, substantial 5-carat ring. I think it's 5.2 carats of the blue topaz or garnet, either one. That's substantial. Put that into perspective.
Unbelievable. And you know, the blue color is always a safe bet.
Yes.
It's the most popular color in the world. It is
It's
an alternative
stunning.
birthstone for the
Yes.
month of December. But as far as being, you know, what I love about gems, if you don't get the garnet, you're out of the Paul Deasy Club.
You are kicked to the curb.
Yeah.
And only 20 of you are going to get this garnet.
It's
probably 19 by now.
It's so rare in that
is.
size. The thing about garnets, and it's really very weird.
And what's the size of the center stone? Let me look. The size of the center stone.
I'm not sure if
It's
I
that
remember.
octagonal. It's 10 by 8 millimeters.
10 by
so
8?
10
Oh
by
my gosh,
8.
that's
Did I
gotta
say it
be-
right?
yes.
Octagonal.
Octagonal.
Octagonal. Thank you. This time in the morning. Octagonal.
Hey,
there you
tomato,
go. Shaped
tomato.
like an octagon.
Yes, tomato. But the garnet is a little bit more dense of a stone than the blue topaz is. But here's the thing about garnet.
Okay.
When you mine garnet, the really small pieces that you facet end up a much lighter color than the larger pieces. And this color is so good in that size. Most of the times when you get to that size or larger, and I want to say that's probably in excess of maybe 2.5 carats for that solitaire.
The solitaire. Let me look for you.
Do you have that on there?
It says 4.4 carats
Totally.
for
Yeah, for the garnet. And you have those garnets and the marquise around it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say probably 2.5 carats, maybe 2.8 on its own.
Okay.
That's incredibly rare for that depth of color and clarity. The reality is, I remember sometime when I was working here at HSN as a host years ago, somebody called in and said, Paul, when are you gonna get us, can you get me like a 10-carat garnet? And I said, nope. I mean, just like that.
Right.
And it wasn't because I wasn't trying to be rude, but I'm
Right.
like, if I showed you a 10-carat garnet and I tried to get one for like 20 people, you wouldn't like it. Because as you go up in size, the garnet tends to go darker. So what I would recommend to you, if you want to see a really big garnet with great color, go with this one. The blue in your topaz is going to be really, really consistent. And to me, I call this that kind of the cusp between the Swiss and the sky.
I would agree.
Yeah. So I used to have a name for this. I called it Caribbean.
Oh,
You kinda
because
like
it
the
looks
light-
like the
yeah, the
Caribbean
light waters, yeah.
waters that you can see through. That's so incredibly beautiful when you go
But
to
if you
Jamaica
love-
and the Bahamas.
If you love vintage, kind of like throwback, this is a great ring for you.
This is your vintage flair, and it really is your auction house find, as I call it. $23.80 to get home. It appraises at $375, and that's on the low end of the appraisals because we get 3 for you, and we show you the lowest so that you know what you're getting, you know the value. Remember, you have 30 days. I really encourage you to get home what you love. Get it home now because we just don't have a lot to go around, and when it's gone, it's gone. And these prices are unbelievable. Okay, I love the linear earring. Are we starting with the earring? Can I start with the earring? That is so
It's your show.
pretty.
You can do whatever you want.
You know why I love a linear earring? I just feel like with a simple little dress and your hair pulled back, whether it's in a bun or it's in a ponytail, or whether you have short hair or long hair, pull it off your face. And I just feel like it just adds a touch of glamour, but it's so sophisticated, and yet it's simplicity. And so I love that about this, and the fact that you gave us citrine, garnet, and amethyst.
Yes. And you know, you bring up a great point. These are definitely dressy. No question about it. I mean, studs all day long, you can wear them. Dressy or elegant, but as you say, studs can get lost if you have longer hair.
Sure.
The other thing that you get with a linear earring like this is movement.
Yes.
And I've always said that movement, or the illusion of movement, is important, because the reason we facet stones is because we want them to sparkle. And as you move, those facets get a chance to take that light and disperse it all over the place.
Right.
Now, let's talk about where these stones come from, because you have African amethyst. Now, I know that most of you think of amethyst, you think of Brazil. Africa is really interesting when we discovered the amethyst that comes out of Africa, because it really had a richer saturation of color. It didn't have the clarity of the Brazilian material, but all the gem experts that I talk to say, if you want great color, you get the African amethyst.
Right.
Now, we go from there to Mozambique for your garnet. We go to the chrome diopside, we're in Russia. We go to the Brazil to get the white topaz and the citrine. But if you are looking for the most versatile bracelet or the most versatile earrings, think about those earrings that you were just talking about.
Okay.
How many things could you wear that with?
Everything. You can wear those with everything. And even our last quatrefoil garnet ring or the blue topaz, it would go beautiful with this multicolor line bracelet. Think tennis bracelet with flare, because I like the various shapes of the gemstones.
And you know what?
They're not typical.
I don't like monochromatic.
Right.
I really don't.
It's kind of boring.
It's boring.
It's safe.
Listen,
Too
they
safe.
don't make black and white TVs anymore. There's a reason why. It's about color. And even when you think about historically, because the thing about gems is you learn a lot about history too. When you think historically, even about clothing, you know, before we had, you know, opened up the world to trade and saw all these beautiful colors that people were dyeing clothing, it was kind of drab. It was gray, you know? And so this, you know, you asked me an interesting question off air that I want to share with everybody.
Sure.
Because a lot of people think, because I've written books on gemstones, I've been on television offering gemstones for 30 years now. It just means I'm older, wrinkly, and grayer than I used to be. But people think that I was, because I'm an expert in gems, that I, like, since birth was like playing in a sandbox of gems.
Right.
I knew nothing about gems.
I find that fascinating.
When I became a host in it was February of 1989. So think about that. It's over 30 years now.
Right.
So when I started, I knew nothing about gems. And I found out very quickly doing this job that back then probably half of my airtime was jewelry and gems. And I said, if I want to keep in this job,
you better learn something.
I better learn something. So I actually went and studied where there was a class, an introductory gem class, is like a continuing ed for adults at the University of South Florida, just up the road.
Oh, okay.
And I went there like as a job, because I thought I better learn something, and I thought I would be bored out of my skull.
No, it's so interesting.
So I went to my very first class, and it was taught by the first female graduate gemologist ever in the USA. Fascinating, and like from the very first class. And so then I went to the GIA, furthered my studies, and then I started going to mines, and most of the times in the GIA, they don't know anything about the mining process.
Right.
So
I'm reading those books now. There's not a lot about that.
No, there's not a lot about it. And
These are
multiply what I learned from the Gemological Institute of America, which is the world's foremost authority on gems, multiply that by like 100 by going to the mines.
Oh,
You
sure.
learn
You've got to
so
get down
much
and
more.
dirty.
So
You've got to get in there in the trenches, if you
And
will.
the other thing is, I was basically about 30 years old when I started. So it's never too late.
Look at how gorgeous that is all
I
together.
love multicolor.
And I totally would wear it with this garnet quatrefoil ring. I think that is so beautiful.
Now,
so $116.99 to get the earrings.
Crazy price.
$215.99 for the bracelet. And you're talking 5 flexible payments. It's $43 to get the bracelet home and $23 to get the earrings home. I mean, that is a crazy steal of a deal. So you're basically talking under $70 as a suite. If you can swing it, that's when the flex pay comes in handy. You're dividing this into 5 interest-free payments. And this is fine jewelry, forever jewelry. Never tarnishes, never turns. It's heirloom quality. These earrings will come in handy. I mean, you can dress these up or dress these down, but definitely, ladies, if you feel like, you know, a stud really gets lost on me, this linear look is so sophisticated, so elegant, so simple, and it's so timeless. And the fact that you have all the colors, it goes with that pink that Valerie has on. It goes with beautiful yellows and lavenders and greens, because you got that chrome diopside that looks like emeralds. And you have the, you know, the garnet is so pretty. That citrine is such a warm glow. So anytime you have on orange or yellow or anything marigold and those colors, this is just stunning. I love these earrings. And what's the length on them? They're 2 inches in length. So they're the perfect size, not too long, because sometimes you won't wear a linear look if it's too long. And that's the trendier earring that's way too long. This is perfect. So I do hope you get the bracelet set home. We're going to continue, and it just gets better and better. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, is this the abalone?
I love me some abalone too.
I can't believe I'm taking the quatrefoil off. Now, when I saw this in the presentation, I thought, you've got to be kidding me. This is a beauty from the ocean?
Yes, it is. It's what we call...
From the abalone shell?
Yeah, it's called an organic gem. And the list of organic gems is very, very shallow. So amber, you know, fossilized tree sap from millions of years ago, pearls. The abalone shell, ivory.
You just don't see this, though.
No, and there's 2 things that make this really, really different. Number 1, the color of abalone is like the fingerprint. No 2 are going to be alike.
Right.
The swirling patterns are just completely done by Mother Nature. But the problem with abalone, if there is such a thing, is it's a shell.
Right.
Shells aren't the toughest things in the world. They're pretty easy to break.
Absolutely.
So what we've done is we've created a doublet for you. So you see all of the color of that abalone, but we put a crystal on top of that.
That was smart.
Which allows us to, so protects the shell.
Sure.
It allows us to facet it so you get a little bit more sparkle with that. This price is amazing. Am I reading this right? The ring is $66.99?
The ring is only $66. The bracelet is only $179. And I say only because when you look at the appraised value, it's $550 for the lowest appraisal for the bracelet that we have, and $175 for the lowest appraisal for basically the ring that we have. It's a crazy steal of a deal, and we only have like 71 total. So we have about 48 rings left, if that's still correct from my notes. And we have about 27 bracelets.
I've taken the liberty.
The bracelet is going quickly.
I've taken the liberty of opening one so that I can turn it around the back.
Oh, look at the under gallery.
Yes, and this is something.
You know, this is a nice weight of silver.
It's huge to have that
silver.
under gallery. A lot of times in bracelets, they skimp on the silver.
Look at that.
And not only do you have that.
You have your initials.
My initials are there.
Very nice. But I love seeing the substantial weight of the sterling silver. Everything in this hour, 0.925 sterling silver, the highest quality sterling silver you can get. As you know, it's a precious metal. The undergallery just shows the exquisite craftsmanship and the weight of this and the quality of this. So even when you turn it over, I mean, if you could wear it like that, it would be totally beautiful.
Yeah.
It would be absolutely
stunning. But it's engineered
stunning.
to be more flexible the other direction.
Absolutely.
You know, now again, if I didn't tell you what that was, there's 2 things that abalone does a pretty good job of imitating. And one would be, obviously, the opal.
It looks like the black opal.
That's correct. Now, if that were a black opal, would be thousands and thousands of dollars.
Okay.
The only other thing that it looks like is another shell, and that's called ammonite, which comes from the ammonite shell.
Okay.
Also, an incredible, like if we had a bracelet like that, an ammonite from Canada, that would be probably thousands of dollars as well. But if we had that in black opal, it would be tens of thousands.
Well, I love the iridescent quality of this, the play of color of this, if you will, because it's, to me, it's kind of reminiscent of like you said, it looks like a black opal, because no matter which way the light hits it, you're just getting a beautiful display of color. You see a little bit of blues and greens and purples. It's fascinating. And I love the shape of the ring. I love that you did this design because it's more of a square, reminding me more of a cushion cut. So when you've got to get this ring home.
With African amethyst.
It is mesmerizing to look into this ring. It is dreamy. Absolutely. I hope you get it home. Again, $36 to get home the ring, which is fascinating, for $66. Unbelievable. Okay, so now we're on to the earring, and this is basically 1.5 inches in length and 1/2 inch in the width. And you get this home on 5 flex pays for $33.98. Get the whole set. And you don't have to wear it all together, but I totally would, but you can break it up. But these are just unique, and there are only 15 left in the earring. I mean, I see these, you go to the beach, why would you not put on the abalone shell earring?
Oh,
you know,
the sun's,
it's so light and
the
airy.
sun hitting that, unbelievable.
Oh, these are gorgeous.
Now you look at these and you think, well, those are pretty big earrings. Well, the bottom drop, they're 15 by 11 ovals. That's a big stone. However, because of the nature of the gem itself being a shell, it's lighter weight.
These are so light.
So don't be afraid to wear these. You're gonna get some, weight in the silver, obviously, and then the crystal cap, but it's not as heavy as some other earrings that would be, like if we try to do a 15 by 11 in my labradorite, that would be heavy.
Sure.
But these aren't heavy. These are actually very, very light.
Even the bracelets are light. I mean, the whole set, the ring is light, the bracelet. Remember, these are organic. They're coming from the abalone shell, from the ocean. This is nature's miracle. I think they're so stunning in Valerie's ear. Love the ring. All pieces are fabulous, but the earring is the most limited, just so you know. So write down the order number. It's 648156. And love that you have the beautiful amethyst in the middle, and it's surrounded, the abalone gem is surrounded by white zircon, giving the sparkle of diamonds. So, oh my goodness, it's fabulous. This, to me, is one of the most interesting pieces of the hour.
I'm a big fan.
You just don't see abalone. You don't. If you want something rare, collector's piece, this is wonderful. Now, a quick message from Diane Gilman, the Gene Queen.
You can't afford not to be brave. It's not even an option. When life puts a wall in front of you, you break it down. Remove the fear. Remove the uncertainty. Be authentic. They say fortune favors the bold. I've been bold all my life, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
The appraised values you see at HSN are set by independent, professionally certified appraisers. They determine, as closely as possible, the approximate retail cost of replacing or recreating the item, not the possible sell or purchase price. Because subjective estimates and judgments are involved, appraisals may vary by as much as 25%. Call your customer service rep for more information.
Welcome back. So we want to show you a former Today's Special that is a price to die for. Knock your socks off. And of course is so beautiful that it's eye-catching. It's a head turner. $99.95 for the Tanzanite white zircon gem ring that you are either getting in this Kingman turquoise, which is very reminiscent of like Sleeping Beauty. You also have labradorite, which changes, oh my goodness, look at that. Looks
Love
like
that.
a mood ring almost.
Labradorescence.
I like that word, labradorescence.
Can you spell it?
No, I can barely see it, especially this time of the morning. right. And then we have, of course, this beautiful Ethiopian opal, sizes 5 through 10 for you, and flanked on the sides by beautiful rare tanzanite that you can only find in Tanzania. It's just a gorgeous ring that is simple enough you can wear it every single day. And I don't know how you're going to make a choice, but which one is the most limited? Rob, which one would you think? Oh, the labradorite right now is the most limited.
I will tell you in order.
So you want to start talking about that?
What's the most expensive?
Okay, I can guess.
What?
The most expensive, I would say, would be the opal.
That's correct.
The Ethiopian opal.
You got that right.
Which is
because of that play of color and because of the size of the stone. I would say that 95% of all the opals that I've ever offered were 6x4 millimeter or smaller.
Okay.
We did occasionally, you know,
this
7.5, occasionally an 8.6. An 11x9, the price goes up exponentially. Of the three, that's the most cost in the stone.
So with a stone that's 11 by 9 millimeters, you shouldn't be able to pay $99 for
No,
Ethiopian opal.
absolutely not. I'll take it a step further. If I was feeling very magnanimous and I gave everybody an opal this size for free, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do that. But if I did, like you came with me to the Tucson show, we bought an Ethiopian opal of that size. So you're already down a lot of money just by buying the opal. You could not have the jewelry made, even if I gave you that, throw in the tanzanite too. You couldn't have the jewelry made
for the
price on the screen. I can't make it again for you. So do this, get that. That's the opal.
Yes.
Number 2 in terms of expense, what do you think?
Number 2, I'm going to go with Kingman turquoise.
You're correct.
Okay.
You're 2 for 2.
I'm 2 for 2.
Was that a total guess?
That was a total guess. Only because you told me that these mines don't last long. With
No,
the
and not only
turquoise,
that.
and it looks like Sleeping Beauty.
Most of the turquoise that comes out of Kingman would have matrix in it. Matrix are those little lines of other colors that you see. Probably 0.1% of the turquoise that comes out of that mine would be what I call AAA grade like this. Still, we don't charge as much as Sleeping Beauty, although Sleeping Beauty mine's been closed for over 6 years.
Sure.
Almost 7.
It looks just like Sleeping Beauty.
Actually, it is 7.
7 years.
Well, June 30th will be 7 years.
And you think this would be mistaken for Sleeping Beauty?
Oh, absolutely. I know for a fact people go to the Kingman booth and they think this is Sleeping Beauty, and they'll ask, "Do you have any rough?" And he's like, "Yes, but it's not Sleeping Beauty. This is Kingman." And they're like, "No, but I want Sleeping Beauty."
You're like,
he
this
says,
is
"Well, if you want
close
the
as you can
Sleeping
get."
Beauty, it's going to be, you know, $2,000 a pound. If you want this, it's $600 a pound. They're like, "We want Sleeping Beauty." Like, are you crazy? You can't tell the difference. And
no,
I know for a
you
fact
cannot.
people will buy this and sell it as Sleeping Beauty.
And
I have a friend one of my manufacturers who runs like the customer service center and all that. He told me one time, like 8 years ago, "Well, if it's Robin's Egg Blue with no matrix, it's Sleeping Beauty." I'm like, "No, that's not true. If it's Sleeping Beauty, it had to come from the mine in Globe, Arizona."
Sure.
So I always say trust your source, because I could say, "Oh yeah, it's Sleeping Beauty," and make more money. I wouldn't do that.
But you wouldn't tell the truth.
No.
But look
So-
at how you can wear this Kingman turquoise, this beautiful oval ring, right next to the striking Kingman that we had earlier.
And the most interesting...
And they look beautiful together.
Most interesting thing, I didn't even tell you about this. The only turquoise up until this that had ever used what they call, see, there's different types of stabilization. And for Sleeping Beauty, that was the only one that was a proprietary process called the, drawing a blank now, the Zachary method. It was invented by a scientist. And instead of using infusing the resin, it uses like passing an electrical charge through the stone that sort of changes the structure and makes it stronger. They used that Zachary method on this Kingman turquoise because it was so pure. They said, "Let's try." That's the first time they did anything but Sleeping Beauty with the Zachary method. Now, I didn't mean to slight the labradorite.
No, the labradorite. And where's the labradorite coming from?
It comes from Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Yeah. And it was first discovered in Labrador, Canada, thus the name. So not only did they name the stone after where it came from, it was the only gem that has something called labradorescence. They named it for the stone.
Okay.
Like, what was that? Sometimes they refer to it as Schiller. And if you've ever seen in the rough, labradorite. It's amazing because you kind of see something, but it's only when you kind of cut it in half and polish it do you really see that labradorescence. It is a phenomenal gemstone, and whichever one you choose, you are getting about how much? What's carat weight on my tanzanite? I forget.
The tanzanite
about
is
two-thirds almost.
It's 0.58.
Yeah, there you go. Over half carat.
Over half a carat of just the tanzanite, and it's pear-shaped. And the tanzanite is basically 6 by 4 millimeters, so it's really a nice size. And the tanzanite looks beautiful with the Kingman turquoise. It looks beautiful with the labradorite or the opal. It's a beautiful combination, and it's quite stunning. And it's also an unusual combination.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think that's why it's so eye-catching. Goes great with the abalone.
Tanzanite dresses everything up, though, to be honest. It does. And that
and
labradorite,
it's so rare. It makes it special.
All the rings are, the center stones of the rings are 11 by 9. And this is also significant because in my run, I did Sleeping Beauty for probably, when was it? 2002 is when the Sleeping Beauty mine closed. So I had a good, 5-6 year run of doing Sleeping Beauty before the mine closed, and then I stopped doing it altogether because there's a lot of suspect material out there now.
Sure, absolutely.
But to get that level of clarity, I just didn't do 11 by 9s back then.
Yeah.
I probably, in my 6 year run of doing Sleeping Beauty, I would do, and the price just went up so high because it has to come from, it's not compressed. Like a lot of times you see Chinese turquoise, they take little small bits and they compress it into a bigger piece and stabilize it. No, and then they might even color, but this is just natural color. And then the Zachary method of stabilization.
So all natural. It's wonderful customer reviews on this. And so Rosie in Nevada says, I bought the opal and tanzanite ring. I was very surprised at the size and fire in the stone. Just beautiful, very pleased. Lucy says, I bought the ring also in opal, and it's just as they said it would be. The opal is lovely. And then Kay also bought the opal, generously sized opal with medium deep blue purple eye clean tanzanites. I like that she said that. Eye clean tanzanites made this purchase a must keep treasure because tanzanite is rare. So the fact that you're getting the tanzanite, which is a half a carat in itself, and then this is a substantial size, the center stone, oval, also prong set, which makes it look so expensive. And then you have the white zircon adding that sparkle. It's absolutely lovely. Total carat weight, almost 1 carat. It's 0.94 carats. They're beautiful for $99.95, and remember these appraise at $385, and that is the lowest appraisal out of the 3 independent appraisals that we get.
And when we talk about the carat weight, remember we are not even weighing the stones, because on opaques a lot of times they don't weigh the stones, but those obviously have a weight to them as well. But this is just, the opal will absolutely exceed your expectations. When we introduced this as a top value a while ago, the opal sold out in the very first show.
Yes.
And so that people go crazy because if you've ever seen opal, you know how hard it is to get this level of play of color in a stone that size.
And it's hard for you to see it on TV, the play of color. You have to get it home. As I'm staring at it, seriously, I see yellow, pink, green, a little bit of purple. It's absolutely stunning. And then the labradorescence, the same thing. You get that beautiful glow, and depending on how it hits it, the light hits it, you're going to see, you're going to see beautiful grays and greens and blues. You really want a ring that you can wear every single day with anything. And I think no matter which one you get, whether it's the opal, the labradorite, or even your Kingman turquoise, it really does go with absolutely everything. So we want to show you the coordinating pendant as well. It's 18 inches in length, and it has a 3-inch extender. You also have 3 choices that match back with the rings, labradorite, Kingman turquoise, and the opal. And the pendant is approximately 1 inch in length and a 1/2 inch in the width. You're getting a 1-year warranty with all of this. So you're gonna get the pendant home for $31 on 3 interest-free flex pays, which means you're dividing your payment into 3 payments. Now, this pendant is 50% off.
That's crazy.
The HSN price. Yes, we sold it at $190 and you loved it. Now it's half that at $94.99. It also appraises at $360. And I love, even the bail on this is, you know, exquisite. You put a lot of detail into that as well.
You know, the one thing I need to convey to everybody, and I probably don't do enough of this, is to tell you how rare gems really are.
Sure.
When I go to, I've been in the mines in Australia, for example, for opal. And they will go months without finding anything.
Right.
When I would go to film with Marty Kolbaugh at the Kingman mine, I would try and set it up so that when he tells me they're getting close to finding something where they know and they're going to a vein, that's when I film, because otherwise I'm filming nothing going on.
Right.
We take for granted how rare gems are. They don't grow on trees. If you everybody has a smartphone these days, right?
Right.
If you drop it out of your pocket and it smashes into a million pieces, there's always somebody that's going to make another phone for you. If your refrigerator goes kaput, your dishwasher, they will just manufacture more. When they run out of gems, there's no Sleeping Beauty anymore.
No, that's it.
They're not mining it anymore. They haven't mined number 8 turquoise for 42 years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so this is it. So you definitely want to jump on it at this price when you're getting 50% off. Look at that Kingman turquoise, absolutely stunning with your rings. And then you could also get a matching bracelet as well. So you get the pendant home for basically $31 and some change. Now look at the bracelets. And I think we have 2 sizes left in the bracelets. Or do we have 3? We have 2 out here right now. We have 3 sizes. Okay, so we have the 6 3/4 of an inch. We also have the 7 1/2 inch, and we have the 8 inch. And beautiful 1/4 of an inch in width. Quite substantial. I mean, this is a nice size bracelet here. Let me see how many carats we have for, it's $199, and it's 4 flex pay of $50. And basically you have 0.39 carats for the 6 3/4 inch, 0.43, so nearly half for the 7 1/2 inch, and then 0.46, which is nearly a half for the 8 inch.
Let me put this into perspective too. I did a lot of Sleeping Beauty in my day, and especially when the prices were going completely berserk after the mine closed. If I had done 8x6 ovals in a bracelet, this would have been a $900 bracelet.
Wow! So instead of a $900 bracelet,
no, that would have been that would have been the special price. That would have been the retail.
So you can't believe it's $199, can you?
And this is now again, this is Kingman, but it looks exactly like Sleeping Beauty.
Exactly, and this is 50% off, everybody. So 50% off at $199, and it appraises at nearly $800. So don't miss out. If you love Sleeping Beauty, if you love Kingman turquoise, you love that vibrant, bright robin's egg blue, then you definitely want to get this home. Okay, so we have 2 minutes left on this beautiful peridot ring. Oh my goodness, I love this. We showed this to you in the last hour, and this is peridot like you've never seen before. Look at it on Val's ring, on her ring finger. I totally believe you could wear this as a wedding ring if you want. It is $22 to get this home. It's quite substantial. Tell us about this peridot.
First of all, it's Arizona peridot.
Okay.
So not everybody can get this material. There's really not a lot being produced. It's actually very dangerous to mine there. But you have to be of Native American descent to mine there. This is material from over 40 years ago. I bought the parcel that we had at really spectacular pricing. But when it's gone, it's gone.
That's it.
I'm not getting any new material out of the San Carlos Indian Reservation. Now, there's basically 3 major sources you can get peridot.
Okay.
There's China, and I do a lot of Chinese peridot. There's India. I don't want to touch that material. And then there's Arizona.
I did not know you get peridot in Arizona, because you just think of the turquoise. And
if you go to a show, you might see some Pakistani material, which is also really, really lovely, but really, really expensive. Arizona peridot is normally much more costly than this, and this is a 1.5 carat solitaire in the oval with the texture in the silver setting. When it's gone, I have no more to offer.
So $22 to get a substantial size home, 1.5 carats, and it is gorgeous in this oval peridot that is just a beautiful grassy green, that delicious bright apple green, and you will love the vibrancy of this. We also want to tell you about kyanite that goes just as well with your peridot. Mix a little bit of orange and green. Don't you love that as well? So you can see the kyanite bracelet on Valerie that is to die for. It is your line bracelet, tennis bracelet style, if you will. It also has a matching ring to go with it. So I would definitely get this as a set. If you love orange and your ambers, it's just that beautiful warm glow.
It's the closest I can compare this to would be like a Podparacha sapphire.
Yes.
And the reason I say that, I'm not just a fan of kyanite, I'm borderline obsessed with kyanite.
Oh, sure.
Now, the blue I've offered for a couple of years now, and it looks just like the prettiest blue sapphire, almost cashmere. It's just that pretty. Then when we discovered this material out of Tanzania, or Tanzania as they say there, it was just so pretty. But when I started to really research kind of the chemical composition of kyanite, it's actually pretty close to that of sapphire. So that's when I look at that in terms of the heft, you know, the specific gravity. I just thought, this is like your Podparacha bracelet or ring. You know,
absolutely. And don't you think the tennis bracelet look is something you can wear every single day? Because the tennis bracelet, just the name hints tennis, started because of Chris Everett, who lost her tennis bracelet as she was playing a big match. They stopped the game to find it. So this can be sporty, this can be casual, this can be dressy. It's elegant always, but I like that you can dress this up or down, and you can layer this with your watch, layer it with other bracelets, whether it's sterling silver, rose gold, gold, platinum, you name it. It goes with everything because they're mixing metals. And this is precious metal because this is also 0.925 sterling silver. It has a double clasp, so it's very safe for you to wear every day. And then I love the ring because it's 2 rows, and it's quite, you know, a statement piece in itself. Just the ring.
In a classic band, I mean, a classic band can be worn, as you're showing, on virtually any finger. Really, really easy stone to wear, and especially just something about that bright color. How many orange gems can you think of that
only
are
amber.
Natural?
I mean, I mean, until I started working here at HSN, I was only familiar with amber really being kind of your orangey stone. And this is more dressy, more sophisticated. Amber to me is very casual, you wear with jeans. More of a Southwest look. This is, it's more of the look of fine jewelry.
And even with the bracelet, if we did this even in a Mexican fire opal, the price would be so much higher. If we had Podparacha sapphire, forget about that. But this is really a special and a very different color.
It's very different, and orange is right now. So summer, which is right around the corner, we're ending spring here. Remember, this appraises $240 to $900, this ring and this bracelet. The bracelet is $199, the ring $54.99. If you could swing it, I would definitely get it together as a suite. We also have the earrings for you on .com, which is always lovely to get as well. So are we gonna end on this ring? Oh, one more. Okay, just a couple of minutes on our 5-stone band ring that we have in blue topaz, and we also have it in peridot, but wait for it. We also have it in white topaz. Wait for it. Paul's favorite.
Garnet.
I'll let you do the honors.
Oh, garnet and peridot. I'm sorry, I split them.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah,
both of them.
They're all my children.
Okay, so which one should they get? $24.99, everybody.
I'll tell you what, guys, I'm gonna make this easy for you if you're shopping for her. First of all, this is genuine gems and precious metal. So you can't lose, number one. Number two, if you're unsure of her birthstone, I can tell you that. Go December, your blue topaz. August is your peridot. A diamond is April, but you can substitute the white topaz for that.
And
Citrine, November.
And we only have 6 left in citrine.
Okay, and garnet, January. Now, if you don't care about birthstones or anything else, blue is the most popular color in the world. You can never go wrong.
There's your blue.
If you are at home, never had peridot or never had garnet,
there's your garnet.
I want you to get, actually, both of them.
Yes.
Because look at the price.
$24.99. They're $12.50 to get home. 2 flex pays. We're going to divide that $24.99 for you. So $12.50. Unbelievable.
Your
and remember,
pizza delivery costs more.
Yeah. your breakfast you're about to eat costs more. So get this home. This elevates your jewelry wardrobe. This is fine jewelry, genuine gemstones that are quite rare because this guy right here sources the best mines for you that you just haven't quite seen the vibrancy and the color is the #1 factor here. I learned that from you. Thank you so much, Paul.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes, thank you. And you look nice by the day. We didn't plan this blue, you know, by the way. So Shannon Fox is next with today's special. So please enjoy, and thank you so much for watching. I'll also see you back here tomorrow morning at about 2 a.m.
Ooh, I so enjoyed shopping that jewelry. I had to stop by. Debbie and Paul did not see me. I actually